Flappy Bird. Have you heard of it? If not, you've been living under a rock, because holy dang, people have been freaking out about this game. Now, it kind of came upon me like the zombie apocalypse, and by that I mean 1 minute I'm just hearing about it, the next thing I know it's too late. Everybody's been infected with the Flappy Bird virus. And let me tell you, the internet has exploded. I have no idea what the big deal is, because this is an incredibly stupid game, but it is the #1 downloaded game as of this moment, and since it's been so popular and gone viral, there have been scenes of broken iPhones and people going nuts and Twitter going crazy and hate just flying everywhere. Holy crap. So what's the big deal? I mean, here you are, you're a bird, right? And you're just kind of flying, and you gotta glide him through the endless series of pairs of pipes, Mario-looking pipes, obviously, and you tap the screen, because you're playing on your iPhone or Android or whatever, and that makes him go up, and otherwise he's going down and moving forward. So it's all about you kind of keeping him at level, but it's incredibly frustrating and really hard to accomplish this, because you'll smack your head on one of the pipes and it's all over, and you start all over from scratch. And each time you go through a pipe, you get a point. That's the game. That's it. That's all it is. Just a simple touchscreen, pop, pop, go through the pipes game. Kind of looks like Mario. The bird looks like those flying fish, which bring frustration to me in and of itself, but that's really what Flappy Bird is, in a nutshell. So here's what you have. On one hand, you have a bunch of people, millions obviously, downloading this app and playing the crap out of it because it's incredibly addictive, and they're all like, hey, what's your highest score? Ooh, amazing, I want to beat your highest score because I'm awesome, I'm better than you. And it's like typical, simple video game, arcade kind of stuff, right? So people are enjoying themselves, having fun, minding their own business. Again, this is a free app, want to point that out. And then you have the other end of the spectrum, the hardcore gaming community that everybody loves so much, who are just completely irate that this game even exists, and they are throwing poo around like a bunch of angry monkeys in a zoo, right? Because this is obviously a cheap Mario ripoff. Why is it? This game is nothing like Mario. It looks like Mario, but it doesn't play. It's nothing like Mario. I don't understand. It's got this coin sound. I don't get. Okay, whatever. And then people are just like, it's stupid. It's boring. It's not fun. It's a bad game. Now the question is, Flappy Bird a bad game? Well, if you're saying, I hate this game, it is absolutely no fun, I do not enjoy myself when I play it, therefore it's bad, well, I can't argue with you on that. If you're saying this game is poorly designed, I might be able to argue with you on that one, and I will explain. Now, if a bad game was subject to our opinions, then every game would be bad. People say that Super Mario is bad, Legend of Zelda is bad, World of Warcraft is bad, League of Legends is bad, Minecraft is bad, Call of Duty is bad, Battlefield is bad, Halo is bad. I mean, there are haters for every game that's ever been made that's amazing. And by the way, all those games I just mentioned are all good games, and I don't even really like all of them as much as I used to at the very least. But I can say objectively that they're all well-designed games, and the reason why is they all accomplish their objectives. They all do what they're set out to do, and that is my definition of what a good game is. Even if I don't like it, it still accomplishes what it set out to do. It's fulfilled its promises, and the people that enjoy the gameplay and the style of whatever game we're discussing are enjoying themselves because it gives them what they want. So, when you look at Flappy Bird, does the game accomplish what it set out to accomplish? It is an indie game, it is a downloadable free app, and it is designed to be a very simple game that presents a challenge. Very simple in that you touch, and it does one thing. It moves the bird up, and then the bird drops, and the bird can move continuously to the right. It accomplishes exactly what it was designed to accomplish. It may not be much of a game, it may not be very original, it may not be innovative, but it does what it set out to accomplish. And I think that the millions of people who are playing it are speaking for it on its behalf, saying that this is giving us something that we want. It's addictive, and we're competing with our friends, and we're taking screenshots like I'm doing with my friends and keeping track of our scores so we can beat each other. And so in that sense, I think that Flappy Bird, I'm not going to say it's a great game, I'm not even going to say it's a good game. In fact, the word game is kind of loosely interpreted in this case, but it does accomplish what it set out to accomplish. So I give it credit, and I think that everybody who is a true gamer, quotes, can at least give it credit on that fact. Now, when I don't like a game, it's really simple. I just don't play it. For example, BioShock Infinite. I think it's one of the most overrated games I have ever played. People love that game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying it's boring. It's a shooter. You use 2 guns and you have a little power thing. Cool, whatever. I would much rather play Borderlands. So that's just my opinion. So what do? I don't play BioShock Infinite. I wish I could get my money back, but whatever. On the other hand, you have this hardcore community of gamers who feel like they have to crusade against everything viral and everything casual. In other words, whatever the masses like, we hate, and we are an army. And what we do is we spew hate towards the developer, towards anybody that plays the game. We're going to send death threats, probably. We're going to send hate. We're going to curse. We're going to freak out and just completely lose our crap over this game, because how dare anybody enjoy anything simple and casual, and how dare the masses like it? If the masses like it, we hate it. If it's casual, we hate it. That's the end. That's it. Even though I can just go over here and enjoy my League of Legends and World of Warcraft and play whatever I enjoy, I've got to take time off to freak out on these people who are enjoying Flappy Bird or Candy Crush or whatever, because they're destroying the gaming community. How is that logical? Enjoy what you like and let other people enjoy what they like. Your hardcore games aren't going anywhere. As long as there's a market for it, it's going to stay. As long as there's a market for the casual Flappy Bird, Candy Crush games, they're going to stay. But the developer of Flappy Bird, whose name happens to be Dong Nguyen, whatever that says, has decided apparently to take his ball and go home. Apparently for this guy, the hate is just too much. He's getting too much hate. It's too much pressure. He can't take it anymore, and he's decided to take the game down. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of people who are out dancing in the streets because Flappy Bird is being put to the sword, but as for me, this is the first thing that I've actually had a problem with, because I do not like the way this is being handled. Now, we don't know exactly why this guy has decided to take this game down. We think it has to do with the amount of hate and amount of demand maybe that's being put on him to update this app, I guess. I don't know. Why would you want to be an app developer if you didn't want to update and keep things going? I mean, you're making a lot of money. It's very successful. I think maybe it's the hate and the pressure. But again, I don't appreciate that, because this honestly is, taking your ball and going home. When you do that because you're not happy with how people are acting, because you put yourself out there and you don't appreciate it, it's kind of a slap in the face to not only your user base, but in the whole community of people who develop apps, people who develop games, people who enjoy games and apps and whatnot, and designers in general, because anybody who's a designer, a developer, or a publisher, even to a lesser extent with what I do with YouTube, I know that I'm going to garner some hate. I could get on here and say that puppies are adorable, and there are people out there that would hate me for it. So you really can't win with everybody, and the more known you are, the more hate you're going to get. But that's part of being successful, is just plowing right on through that. But what this guy is doing, he's just saying, nope, I'm done. Screw all of you guys. Screw all of my users, and screw everybody else too, because I can't handle it anymore. I think that's disrespectful to your user base. It's disrespectful to the community as a whole. And I think that that is something that we shouldn't tolerate. I know that I personally will not download a game from this guy or whatever he represents ever again. If his name is on anything game related or related to anything, I will not, because I have no respect for anybody that will just unplug, pull the plug, say I'm done. It's like kicking the checkerboard over because you're not liking the way the game is going. I think it's immature. I think that people deserve an explanation. I think that it's more respectful that way, but hey, what do I know?